Resolution. Part of a story's plot where the main problem is resolved or worked out. And well, BO3 Zombies Resolution was a huge disappointment, and here is why. Revelations, one of the most anticipated zombies map ever. Everyone was ready for the launch of this map, and it was promoted as the last Aether storyline map. The story that started 8 years ago when this map came out would be the finale of a profound tale. And well, the finale, in my opinion, did not live up to the hype. Now let's talk about the map. In short, this map is just very unoriginal as it has a bunch of the old maps all combined. Now, I think everyone and their moms expected this map to be like that, where all the old maps were combined, but they just sit there. They don't bring anything special. And the areas that were brought back were Origins, Mob of the Dead, Verrückt mixed with a little bit of Shino Newman's Zetsubo, Kino, Shangri-La, Der Eisendrache, and Nocturne Toten. And when you see these areas, it's cool when you first see it, but it is not all that special, as I really wish they brought the iconic mechanics that made the map special in the first place. Like with Origins, they could have brought the giant robots, or Shangri-La, they could have had the monkeys, or Mob of the Dead had the afterlife mode. The only map that brings a mechanic is Der Eisendrache with the zero gravity, and that's it. I feel like this whole idea was just misused in my opinion. And on the other hand, I really wish there was more new than old. Like in this map, there are only 2 new areas: the starting room, which is one of the best starting rooms, and the inside of the Apothecon, which has Pack-a-Punch. And honestly, these areas are cool and where I find myself spending most of the time on the map. Now let's talk about the setup for this map. Overall, this setup is very easy and there's honestly not a lot to go for. Pack-a-Punch is very easy to do, as you have to do 4 rituals, one being on each island. Once you do all 4, you teleport to Noct and activate the Death Ray and go inside that giant Apothecon. Once you are in the Apothecon, you have to shoot these 3 veins and then you got Pack-a-Punch. Now this map does not have a lot of parts to pick up, as there is a shield to go for and the Keeper. The Keeper is pretty cool but isn't really that useful. I only use it to get the mask and for the Easter egg step. Now going for the mask is kind of the main thing to go for, as there are a ton of masks on this map and they give you these special perks. The God Mask is definitely the best one to go for and is definitely the hardest to go for, but the rewards for these masks are pretty cool. Now let's talk about the wonder weapons of the map. This map brings back 2 classic wonder weapons. The Thunder Gun has returned and it is still amazing and is basically an essential to have, as it's really good at taking out the boss zombies on the map. Now the Thunder Gun isn't the only wonder weapon that returned. The Apothecon Servant has also returned and is still just as overpowered as it was in Shadows of Evil. Actually, if anything, it's more overpowered, as you can actually have a way to upgrade the wonder weapon. What you need to do is you just need to shoot these rocks in the sky with the weapon, and then you could go Pack-a-Punch it. With both of these weapons, you are basically unkillable, which makes getting to round 100 a breeze on this map. Now let's talk about the new specialist weapon of the map. Wait, what? Wait, what? There's not a new one? No. Why? I don't know. They just didn't have one. What do you mean? They didn't bring a new one. Is there even a specialist weapon on this map? The gravity spikes! The gravity spikes have returned from Der Eisendrache, and the way to get them is through the mystery box. Honestly, this is just very lazy, as they could have added some new cool Apothecon looking specialist, but nope, they brought the gravity spikes for some reason. And honestly, out of all the specialists they could have brought back, they brought this one. And honestly, in my opinion, this specialist does just not really fit the map. And well, it's just overall very lazy. Now on to the Easter egg, and well, this Easter egg in short is just shooting rocks and collecting bones and making babies. And well, this Easter egg is definitely the worst Easter egg on Black Ops 3, as this whole Easter egg is just dumb, as there is RNG in it, the rocks are kind of hard to find, and the boss fight is a huge letdown, as it is exactly the same boss fight from SOE, but with an extra step. I hate this boss fight so much, as I think the whole community was expecting to fight the big Apothecon of the map. But nope, we just fight the Shadow Man. This boss fight should have been the biggest boss fight yet. I wanted something big and spectacle, but instead we are given this, and the cutscene was also kind of a letdown as well. But the best way I could describe this Easter egg in the cutscene is like getting blue balls. Now for the difficulty. Revelations is without a doubt one of the easiest maps, not just on Black Ops 3, but of all time. You got 2 of the most overpowered wonder weapons, and one of the best camping spots where getting to round 100 is a breeze, and honestly you could probably do this in your sleep. The boss zombies on this map are not hard to kill, but there are a ton. You got the furries, or the Furies? The Furies? I don't know, which are pretty new and honestly are not hard to kill. You got the return of the parasites from Shadows, the spiders are back from Zetsubo, and you got the keepers as well. And then you got the return of the Panzer and the new elemental Margwas. These bosses are not hard to kill, especially if you have the Thunder Gun, and just overall this map is very easy and honestly anyone can play it. Now overall, I have to say this map was a huge disappointment. This map should have been the biggest and most replayable map we have ever seen. A map bigger than Origins, a map bigger than Shadows, a map bigger than the Eisendrache, but instead we got a big letdown. The potential this map had was insane, and the peak of this community before the launch was there, and it fell all the way to the ground once it was all over. And well, I don't think we'll ever be at a bigger peak than Revelations. Revelations was a big disappointment.